Oh my goodness, y'all. I am so glad you're back. And if you're not back and this is your first time visiting, I just want you to know I am so glad you made your way here. And I hope that while you're here, you are inspired, you're encouraged, that you leave edified and encouraged, and you're probably going to giggle because I don't know. I hear that a lot on this channel. Like, I make everybody laugh with me. So I hope that you are going to enjoy what I have to show you. So let's talk Jingle Ball. Oh my goodness, that was so much fun. And I am so thankful for each one of you that introduced yourself to me, that spent a few moments with me. And most of all, I just want to say thank you to the ones that were so welcoming. When I came into a room and I didn't know anybody there, I want you to know I am so thankful that you put on a huge smile and were welcoming. And I am just so extremely thankful. I overall had a fantastic experience. I mean, I don't know that there's enough time in the weekend to try to fit everything in, go to all the rooms, do all the shopping, do all the meets and greets, do all the classes, so this was my first time. I went in really not knowing what to expect. I knew a little bit. So the whole reason I was there was I didn't want to miss anything. So last year, some of my girlfriends were on our private chat, and all weekend long, they're like, go to so-and-so room, go do this. Did you see this in the shop? Did you do this? And so last year I made up my mind that I was going to Jingle Ball this year. So as soon as we were able to finally get in there and purchase those tickets, I had a ticket and a class bought really fast. So I know, like myself, there were so many people that went for that Stacey Nash class. Now that's the only one I took this year, because I wanted to go and meet new Stitchy friends, right? I'm an extrovert. I love people. I love talking. You probably know that if you were in a room with me. And I love conversing with new friends and learning about you and your hobbies. And I love that y'all teach me things I don't know. And anyways, so overall, it was a fantastic experience. Probably two of my favorite rooms. One, I got in there with three. They were Aussie teachers, and they were just having the best conversation when I got in there. And then each one of them were so kind and so welcoming. I'm not going to say anybody's names because I don't want to offend anybody if I missed you. And we had a really good conversation. And two, I didn't ask anybody for permission to give their names. So you know who you are. And I just want to say it has been a pleasure to chat with y'all, continue to chat on Instagram. And then I also met several other new friends. I have gone and followed y'all on your Flosstube channel. If you didn't have Flosstube, I have followed y'all on Instagram if y'all wanted to exchange socials. And so I am so excited just to meet new people. I love retreats in general. I go to about 3 a year, and that's my max. I try not to overbook because life can get busy. And, when you have families, Okay, so let's talk about projects and plans. For those of you that are new, I have always said I am not a seasonal stitcher. I have eaten my words this year when I said that, because there are so many winter/Christmas patterns that got me this year. I think I started stitching in 2021. So I've been doing this a few years. Now, me saying that, I don't have a lot of projects because number one, I'm a slow stitcher. Number two, I do other crafts and I am doing a lot of other events and different things like that. So I don't always have time to just sit and stitch. And then ADHD, we're not even going to go there. So let's talk about projects and plans. Before we do, I'm going to get a drink. I hope Bentley doesn't make his debut. He's gone and opened the front door. Okay, so as y'all know, or as the ones that were in a room with me, I struggled with this book. Number one, I have just had so much on my to-do list that I have felt so rushed since about the middle of November. Everything has just felt super rushed. So when I sit down to stitch, either one, I feel guilty, or two, I can't focus for very long. So when I got this pattern, I was stoked. I was ready. The fabric took longer than I thought it was going to. Everything else got here relatively fast. But by the time the fabric got here, I had 3 commissioned finishes for an upcoming, this release that we were doing with Julie from Paisley and Polka Dots and Annie at Dirty Annie's. So I knew I was cutting it short at that point. And so because of that, I think my fabric and this project sat there a week. So then, I wasn't losing the momentum, but I knew that my time was running out. Whether or not I was going to be able to finish it, I did not think I was. And then one day I was scrolling on Instagram, just trying to decompress for a few minutes. And I seen somebody make the comment that this is very dense stitching and it took longer than they thought it was going to. And I thought, okay, just let's see what you can do. So I finally got brave enough to cut my fabric because I still am scared to death to cut fabric. But there was too much fabric for me to hold in a hoop, right? Because I was going to use this size hoop. I wanted it to where I wasn't moving my hoop and overlapping on other stitches. So because of that, it took me a while to get brave enough to do it. So I finally get the nerve up and start stitching. I was probably, I don't know, I was a good portion into the house, and I had ate, washed my hands with good foamy soap, double washed my hands. Come over here, and underneath the edge of my fingernail, I had a little bit of like Tabasco sauce. And I started stitching, and I seen something on my fabric, and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. So I'm counting, and sure enough, it is where you're going to see it. So then I sat there, and I was just in shock for a minute, and I was like, okay, what are you going to do? So when I received the fabric from Leslie at Under the Seas Fabric, it has a very clear label on there that says, this is not color fast. And so I thought, okay, like, take your chances. It's in there. What are you going to do? Because I couldn't leave it for the fact that it was so noticeable. And it was a small spot, but there were 2 spots. So it was a larger spot, and right under it was a smaller spot. So I went and got a Tide pen and just thought I would just like use the tip of it. Well, guess what? It bled, and there was a huge white spot. And I was like, okay, now what are you going to do? And so I chose not to get a bad attitude. I thought, okay, you're going to have to pivot and you're going to have to do something. I had already thought about tea dyeing this. It was like a real pretty mauve color when I got it. It wasn't the color I thought it was going to be. I photographed fabric before. It's very hard to get the exact color. So I know so many of you have talked about it. When you order fabric, you don't always know if it's going to be the color you need specifically. So it was not what I had in mind. So I just thought to myself, okay, just go coffee dye it, and then we'll see what goes from here. So I go in there and I coffee dye it, and it ends up being very, very similar to the actual color of the, I'm just going to use my project bag today. It actually ends up being very, very similar to the actual color of the fabric. And for those of you that are new, I don't have a huge fabric stash. I just now am starting to get fancy floss. So pretty much for every project, I have to purchase fabric. Now, Kim bought me a huge piece of 18 count Aida. It's white. So that if I need to dye it, if I need something right now, I can stitch on Aida. It's a pretty stiff Aida, but it's not miserable to stitch on. That was a side note. Anyways, so on this project, I just decided to go ahead and tea dye it. So I tea dyed it, I think, 2 different times. I done a lighter, the first one was lighter. The second one, I wanted to go a little bit darker. There's not very much variegation in it. You know, I'm still learning. I've just dyed a couple of projects, fabric for projects. So, you know, there's a learning curve to everything. And I know I'm not going to be perfect. And if I need perfection, I will go to either Lap and Loops or I will reach out to Leslie at Under the Sea Fabrics. Anyways, that's how far I've gotten. Let me show y'all again. I know y'all probably already seen it, but I have gotten the outside of the house, the windows. That's another thing. So on the windows, I thought originally that I would fill those windows in at the Jingle Ball, right? Wrong. Let me show you the gold fabric. So this Fool's Gold is, I thought was going to be much more yellow. It very much has a green hue to it. I don't know if that's just this dye lot. Let me see if I can get it where it's focusing. So that did not work on those windows. So I went on Instagram and I was like, help, you know, should I go ahead and do this or should I just wait and fill these in later? I had several people say, I think it'll be okay. So Megan said, well, just put in a few stitches, see if you like it. If you don't like it, then take it out and, you know, you can do a different floss. And because I don't have a major selection, I knew at that point I was going to have to make a purchase from 123 Stitch or one of my other, not an LNS, but just online shops that I shop at frequently. So that kind of deflated me. So then the day of Jingle Ball, I was looking at my email and I came across this. And I know so many of you probably got it in your email as well. So I decided to start it. I was doing really, really good and got off on my cookie somewhere. And I just like to sit and talk. So I was talking and not stitching. I could not figure out where I made a mistake. And I'm like, Tammy, this is a cookie. Like, seriously, you can't even count the cookie. So this is where I'm at on the cookie. I don't know. I just put it away. And then I did end up going back to, I went back to the gingerbread house. And so I got the portion of, I had one part of the, oh my word, one part of the house done. And so I done the bottom, the side, and then I started on the roof. And that's all I got as far as these 2 projects at the Jingle Ball. I'm perfectly okay with it. I'm obviously, it's not going to get done before Christmas. And that doesn't bother me. Let me get my floss. Are you kidding me? That doesn't bother me because I want to enjoy it. I don't want to feel just like I'm trying to beat the clock, right? Like, I'm like, pressure's off. Like, just sit, stitch, enjoy it. There's no race. You know, it's okay. If it's not done today, tomorrow, I can stitch it even in January and it's not going to bother me. I do want to finish it fairly quickly. The next thing that I was stitching on was this. I done this Sal with Let me remember. Who did I do this sale with? Oh, Lindsay at Maybe Stitching and Brooke at Stitching by the Brook. So I started that. This is as far as I've gotten. I'm okay with it. I'll get it finished. There again, it's just been really, really busy. And that is done on a pink fabric. And then my friend Kelly sent me an advent for, what was it called? Christmas Advent Sal. It's just an embroidery. I just dropped that floss. I can't hold on to stuff today. It's just an embroidery. I'm not fabulous at embroidery. I've done a couple of projects, just like I'm not good at any of these stitching things. So there's where I am. I got behind on Jingle Ball. That was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I'm several behind. It takes me about 30 or 45 minutes to get one of these done. I hated this one, if I'm being 100% honest with y'all, but don't tell anybody. Let me show you the pattern. This is the pattern. Is that an octagon? I don't know. It's more than a hexagon. Anyways, I just done like this bubble stitch. I don't know. I was thinking in my mind it was going to be really cute. I didn't love it. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. It's going to stay in this hoop. I'm going to finish it in a hoop and then do a really cute bow on it. So what I have learned about myself is I'm not going to do sales. Or if I do, they're definitely going to be a start along and not a stitch along. And I want to say Renee, what is Renee's channel? Oh my goodness. One of my sweet friends that was a follower, she talked about a start along instead of stitch alongs, and I loved it. So these are a start along. I don't know that I'll catch up before Christmas is over, which is, I'm sorry, y'all, that'll drive me nuts. It's perfectly fine if I don't catch up. Like, there again, there's no time limits. I'm not rushing myself. My daughter is graduating this weekend, so I'm gonna be going and hanging out with them for a few days. Okay, let's see. Oh, the first one was a Velvet Pony Patreon. And so I think it was a Thursday or Friday of the week, if you were part of their Patreon, you would get a portion of the pattern. So I joined for that one, and then I unsubscribed because I'm pretty particular about what I stitch. I don't follow them normally, but I fell in love with that project. So, and I love the color palette. They did fabulous. Then that second one was it's a free Christmas Advent that Kelly from Don't Run with Scissors sent me, and she knew she was going to have me on that one. So that night we were on a Zoom call, and so we come up with the hashtag Kelly Made Me Do It. And that's her hashtag now because she loves to share projects with all of us. Now, mind you, she just finished a project that, I don't know, it was full coverage. I don't know. It was huge. 2 of them, one after another. We can't all do those huge, massive projects. I do smalls. Y'all know that. I've been honest with everybody. So yeah, Kelly made me do it. She got that one. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about is I posted a picture of the new planner that I went to Hobby Lobby and got, and, was talking about, what day was that? Tuesday. And, I had a couple of y'all say, can we see it? Can we see how you're setting it up? I probably am not going to set mine up like a lot of other stitchers. Number one, I used to be a planner girl, and I can get caught up in planning and making pretty planners in memory planning, and I can waste half of a day. I don't want to do that because that takes away from my designing time, my Flosstube, because once you film, you've got to still edit. I've got to make thumbnails. I got to do all those things. So it's like a full-time job at this point already, y'all. I was thinking about opening up a shop, and I don't know. I'm really just sitting with the thought. Like, I'm thinking about it and I'm praying about it, but I'm already so busy. I'm asking myself, like, realistically, do you have time? Is this going to put more stress on you? Like, so I'm just sitting and praying, and I'm not moving forward real fast. I'm designing pretty stuff and making pretty stuff in the background. Okay, so initially I was going to do the Happy Planner Work Life planner. Well, they didn't have that planner this year, nor did they have the inserts. They did have Happy Planner inserts, but I was looking for the specific layout of the Work Life planner. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I used it on 2 different planners, not last year, but the year before. And so I was rather disappointed. I was looking at the Happy Planners, and there was nothing there that just captivated me. And then this is the 365. It's the Hobby Lobby brand, the Paper Studio. This is the one I chose. It's pastels. Y'all know me. I love pastels, peaches, corals, aquas. Those are my colors. This is a navy. You know, I like the blue. I don't normally go for blue. I say that while there's 2 blue things right here that I just done. Funny. But this is what it looks like. I just used my Cricut, made my name. I made a bunch of those at one time. And so I had this left over from 2 years ago when I was designing the other 2 covers. Okay, so open it up, and this is what the first page looks like. There again, I already had this sticker designed. It was larger. If I would have been designing it, I would have done it to stay inside of these margins of this box. I already had it designed. I just decided to go ahead and doodle on it. I have like a 0.1 pen that I love using when I'm trying to doodle. Okay, so then open it. Like, before you open it up, the tabs look like this. Just, you know, the months of the year. So then open it up to the next page, and it's the year at a glance. So for those of you that are familiar with the, you know, planners, year at a glance just looks like this. We have cell phones now. I don't use this the way I used to. Bentley's going to be dramatic. Okay, the next section the next page looks like this. So it gives you a notes section, and it gives you just a cover page for your first tab, the month of January. Over here, I have upcoming Flosstube ideas and exchange ideas. So I do a lot of retreats, and so I'm constantly trying to think of something outside the box, because if you've gone to very many retreats, you know it's very common to get the same gifts from your table mates, especially if they're your super close friends, right? And I know not everybody has that opportunity. But in my case, I go, and a lot of the times, you know, there's probably about, 10 or 15 of us that are always giving gifts and exchanging and sitting at, you know, I think we have 2 tables, maybe 3. And then some that just are sporadic in different places. Shh. We'll see how far I get. I may have to stop this video. For those of you that know, Bentley's going to make an appearance in every video because he's a drama king. Okay, the next one, you open it up and it looks like this. So it has goals for the month, and it's a pretty wide margin. The next section is this month, and it's your holidays and then things that you're doing. The next one, special occasions and birthdays. So for the month of January, I am going to do a giveaway collaboration. I'm going to start a birthday sal with my friend Michelle for her birthday. I'm getting ready for the class that I'm going to be teaching for Dirty Annie's retreat in March here in Texas. If y'all want more information, just message me down below. I will send you the link to join. It's a really good price. I love it. Some of y'all I think would love and enjoy coming. You're not too far. There's a lot of us that are here in Texas. So I have deadlines and dates that I really, I need to be setting for myself for not just my personal goals for that class. I really want to try to design my own pattern. It may or may not happen. I have Annie on standby just in case it doesn't happen, or I'm running out of time and it doesn't look like I want it to, because she's been doing this forever. So I have a list of things I'm doing. The birthdays start with Michelle. In the month of January, we're going to do an animal cracker. So if y'all want to join us and you already have one in stash, or you want to purchase one probably the last week of December, my last Flosstube, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to announce the date that we're going to start that and any details. But if you want to join us, I'm going to do Maggie May. And if you'll remember, I've already stitched Maggie May, but I stitched her to gift to a friend. So I want to do mine like a light, I love a pinky beige. So I want to do like a pinky beige bunny. And then probably I'll do pink with, I don't know if I'm going to do coral or beige or what. We'll see what I come up with. But I'm thinking instead of the Swiss polka dots or whatever those little polka dots are that are on her dress, I think I'm probably just going to do hearts because I love hearts. Y'all know me. So I'm going to do that. What else? I've got to design in Canva. I've got to get all of my instructions. Just when you're teaching a class, all those things that you have to do to finalize that. So I have birthdays there, and then turn it over to the next page, and it's going to be the month at a glance. And so I said this year I am not doing pretty. I'm doing functional because this is going to be my life planner and my work life. And so when I say work life, I don't have a job, but I am doing for this month so far, I'm doing 2 finishing pieces for designers, and those pieces are going to market. So, I want them to be, really good, and I want to make sure that they're what they are looking for and wanting and all of that. So, I was looking at their deadlines, trying to figure out, when the finished pieces were going to be done, all the good stuff that goes into the background of that. So doing their deadlines, and then because I am teaching a class in March, I want to start making final decisions on products. Which products am I going to for sure use? What can I go ahead and order ahead of time? Like, am I ordering, let's just say, a paintbrush in bulk? We're not painting it. Well, maybe I am. I don't know. We'll see. But I want them to be able to, I want to have what I can available already. Now, there are going to be some things that I'm going to do pre-orders for the class. So I'm not going to know until closer to time how many are actually going to join that class. And there's one finishing piece that's going to be a little more expensive. So I don't want to spend, $10 on 50 of them and only have 20 participants of the class. That's crazy to me. So there's some things I know I'm going to have to wait on, but there's some things I wanted a specific needle minder. And I've already reached out to one of my friends that designs and has a company that designs for her, or several companies. And there's some of my favorite needle minders. Y'all see them on my projects. So there's things I want to do. So it doesn't look pretty. This is what it looks like. It literally is a work-life planner. And then this is week 1 of January. And I basically, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, my sister's birthday. I've not got any other plans as of right now. I know that I have a group of friends that's going to do a Zoom. And then I heard this morning, I think Pam and Steph are going to also do a Zoom on New Year's Eve for those that want to join in. So that's as far as I've gone on that month, the month of February. This is what the cover page looks like. You know, we're at the very beginning, so there's some stuff. I'm only going to be able to go so far with it being the very beginning of this month. The month of February, I am going to do a fun collaboration with Laura. Oh, let me rewind back to January. January, I wanted to announce it. January 24th, Laura and I are going to do a pajama party. So it's going to be a pajama party that is for finishing this piece. So for those of you that have not seen it, for those of you that have not seen it, this is a collaboration that I've done with Paisleys and Polka Dots and Annie from Dirty Annie's Retreat. So let me get as close as I can. Let me see. It's got glitter on it. Not everybody done theirs the way I done it. I like to be bougie. I like extra. Not everybody likes extra. There's some people that just want it, you know, plain Jane, which there's nothing wrong with. I think it's just your style. So this is what mine looks like. We're going to do a finishing party. I'm going to show you how to do mine, and then I'll show you the more simplistic way if you want to do it that way. I am going to show how to make bows. That's one of the classes that I do want, or the tutorials that I do want to do on my channel as well. But if y'all want to join us for the pajama party, I am going to put a link in my description, and make sure you go over to Paisleys and Polka Dots and go ahead and get your finishing piece. You can order just specific patterns from the designers. There were 7. Let me go let him out. I'm sorry. Every single video, Bentley has to make an appearance. So sorry if that bothers you. I'm sorry. Okay, so what I was saying was there was 7 different designers in this collaboration. You could purchase them individually, or you could purchase each one of them, I guess, in a bulk at Annie's store. And in my previous video, I have everybody's shops linked, or where you can purchase them. So if you want to purchase all of them, just go to Annie's shop and get them all at one time. If you want to purchase individually, some of them have Etsy shops, some of them have their own websites, and then some of them have LNSs that you can purchase them from. So it's up to you if you want all of them. I think the easiest way to do that would be reach out to Annie. But anyways, so it's up to you how you do it. If you want one, if you want to already have it, I'm going to show you how to do what I did. And this is just a flat finish with the washers on the back so that you can interchange them out month by month. No, not monthly. Excuse me. It is seasonally. So I know there's a New Year's Day, a New Year's Eve. There was Mardi Gras, St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July, Valentine's Day, Christmas, Easter. Maybe that was all of them. So there was a lot of different seasons. And so I know the Easter one has bunnies and carrots. The Christmas one is a gingerbread house. There was the Mardi Gras house had a little, I think there was beads, and then like a little spooky black cat. There was one, that was the Mardi Gras one, had the kitty, that was Stitch and Kitten. Oh my word, I don't want to offend anybody and forget anybody. Oh, the 4th of July had a little guy with the little hat on, 4th of July colors. Then you've had the St. Patrick's Day. Y'all just go check them out. Yeah, I'm not remembering one of them. One of them I think was Halloween. So they were super fun. I had a blast doing the two I done. Oh, the other one was Thanksgiving. It was Annie's, and I designed both, or I finished both of those, the Thanksgiving and this one. And on Annie's website, you can purchase those. Laura from Textilly, she has a website. So y'all just reach out to each one of the girls and go give them support. But back to the finishing party. So we're going to do a pajama party. I'm thinking we will at least have one giveaway, maybe more. It's probably just going to be, instead of me mailing a piece, I've already got a giveaway for this. I need to announce the winner. But it'll just be a pattern, a PDF pattern, because it costs a lot of money to ship stuff over and over and over. So, yeah, it'll be a PDF pattern in the giveaway at the pajama party. Questions that you may be anticipating asking, I'm going to go ahead and answer. Do you have to be finishing this piece to join us? No. The more the merrier, right? Like, we'll have fun and we'll just sit and stitch and have fun. We're going to do a Zoom. Are we doing a YouTube live? I don't remember. I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted. So the pajama party is in January. Did I say the date? Let me just in case, let me just say the date again. January 24th. And I still don't have a specific time. We've not ironed out all the details because we've not even got through the month of December yet. So that is upcoming. So that's what my planner's looking like so far. I'm not, and I'll be the first to tell you, I'm not going to be one of these people that are going to have 50 projects going at one time. It gives me anxiety. So I do a few projects at a time. I'm not a monogamous stitcher, but I don't overload myself because it just makes me a little bit anxious and stressed out. And I don't want to do that to myself. So, the winner of this piece and all the patterns was Don't Run with Scissors. And she actually is one of my friends. She lives up in, where does she live? Way up north. I can't remember. Her name's Kelly. So congratulations, Kelly. You are the winner of this house and all of the charts that come with it. I should be receiving the charts today. And then as soon as I receive those, I will ship them out to you ASAP. Okay, the next thing, I'm sitting here looking at my notes. Laura and I are going to be doing a Valentine Sal. I'm going to give you more information on that in January because we've not got it all ironed out. But I love Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday. Like, I love it. I don't know why. Well, because I love gifting people things and showing affection and just loving on people. So I really do know that's why. But if any of y'all would be interested in swapping Valentine's cards, y'all drop me a message below or go over to Instagram, and I would love to send you a Valentine's card because it's fun. That's why. So in the future, maybe one of these days we'll do something super fun, but I want to start out small because, you know, I don't know how, if everybody loves Valentine's the way I do. I would love to do a small Valentine swap. So we have that kind of, we're going to do a Valentine swap, but it's going to be a little bit different. And then the next thing that I want to talk about is an upcoming project that I am going to do in January that I already know. So I purchased this last year with the intent of doing it. It did not get done because I hated the fabric I chose. So I'm going to restart this. Matter in Hand by Jeanette Douglas. I do have, I think, a few color conversions. But I love it. And I want it in my room. So that's going to get done this coming year. I want to show y'all my bag. This is a bag from Tanya. She custom made that for me. Is it not pretty? I love these vintage girls. All of them. The Lori Holt ones. They're fabulous. So I think that's all of my projects. I have one more thing. Haul. I done the 1, 2, 3 Black Friday shopping event that they done. And I got this pattern. When I received my envelope, I was like, those were buy one, get one free. So did it mean like buy one, get one free? So I reached out to them and I was like, I'm a little confused. I thought it was a buy one, get one free. And she's like, yeah, but you had to click 2. So 1, 2, 3 Stitch called me back yesterday and they were so kind. It was a little confusing. So she is shipping me the other one. It's already shipped. I got the notification today. And then those of you that know me know that I love Brenda Gervais. I have been eyeballing this pattern for quite a while. Let's see if I can do this. And so this was on sale for $9.99. And I hit that cart button so fast. So this is, I'm going to start that in January. I know without a doubt. So my plans so far for January are, I'm going to do a teeny tiny blessing sampler. And when I say teeny tiny, it's small. I'm going to do a pillow finish. I'm not doing a big one just because realistically, I've got, the 2 finishing pieces that I'm going to be doing for, those designers. I've got, the animal cracker. I'm going to start with Michelle. I'm going to do a blessing sampler. And I do also want to start this. And I know me, and that is plenty. I don't need to proceed any further. Like, that just needs to be it. So, that's my plans for January. I think I'll at least film one more video before Christmas. Now, I know that y'all are busy as well as me, so I may not be as consistent in filming weekly until the beginning of the year. And then I really need to make up my mind and decide, do I want to release a video every week or do I want to do it every other week? I really think I want to do it every week. I've got a list of tutorials that I want to do. And, there's always new things coming out. One of the things that I want to do, well, I'll just tell you a few of them. I know I'm going to do finishing pins. I'm going to show you how I make my scissor fobs. I am going to do a stitch box. I have them listed here. Let's just see. So these are just some of my upcoming ideas for Flosstube tutorials. Scissor fob, counting pins, stitch box, pillow finish, how to make bows, different styles of bows. Because when I go to retreats, a lot of people struggle with bow making. So I want to see if maybe I can give you a tip or trick to help you out. I want to show you how I pack my stitchy boxes or stitchy gifts for my friends when I send them. Everybody says I'm super extra. The other thing I want to show y'all how to do is, I don't know what to call these. Oh, what did I do with it? It's on the table because I moved my stuff off of right here. So these glass vials, they're the large ones. The glass vials like this, I want to show y'all how I do my beading and make charms to go on top. So the ones primarily that I'm going to be showing are not these small ones like this, but a larger one. And the next thing I think I have, let's see. Oh, how to design floss drops in Cricut Design Space. I had somebody wanting me to show words are hard. Show a tutorial on how I design mine. I don't know how everybody else does it, but I can show you how I do mine. And then gift wrap gift wrapping packages, making gifts for retreat, table mates, or larger scale items that are inexpensive. I want to show y'all how to do some of those, or how I do them. You can take and just get inspiration from the idea and maybe make something even better. Metal stamping. So on some of my those little glass vials that I was showing you, what I do is if I have 28 count needles and 26 count needles, I obviously need to keep them separate. But I am a little bit OCD on stuff in the fact that they have to match, right? Like, I want the vials to match my stitchy box, and my counting pins and my scissor fob. And so my goal by the end of the little tutorials that I'm going to do is, you're not only going to have a stitchy box, but you're going to have matching counting pins, a matching scissor fob, matching vials for your snag nabbits, your needles, your all of that. And your needles are not going to get confused, because I'm going to show you how to metal stamp. And if you don't want to take that on, y'all can reach out to me and I can do them and send them to you, and we'll hash all that out. But I want to show you how to do it. So if you don't know how to do it and you want to do it, you can. Let's see. Using Scrabble tiles to make gifts for stitching friends. There's some really neat ideas on that. We can go over scissor fobs or bag pulls or anything with beads and charms and all of that. I have those things. So if you have an idea, or if you don't know how to make something specifically as far as charms, scissor pulls or scissor fobs, zipper pulls, bag charms or jewelry, just let me know. Floss drop ring, eye candy. And then I also have a project that I am doing using an acrylic box that I think y'all are really, really gonna like. And so I've just started mine. I had these products in my stash from scrapbooking, and all of my scrapbooking stuff is just sitting there wasting away. And if you've ever been a scrapbooker, you know the thousands and thousands of dollars that we have invested in these products. So I really don't want to scrapbook anymore. It's not holding an interest. I'm always going to be a paper crafter because I like making pretty gifts that match. So I'm always going to do paper crafting, Bible journaling, but there's a certain amount of that I just don't want to do anymore. But when it comes to making pretty things for myself, for other people, I love to do pretty things. So with that being said, I honestly think that's all I have. We are at the end of, we're in the middle of December, but something I do this time of the year is I always reflect, right? I reflect on the year. I reflect on lessons I've learned. I reflect on hardships. I reflect on new things I've done. And so this year has been a year of challenges, but I have learned so many lessons. And so one of them, I think I shared in one of my very first floss tubes, and it was stitchy related. So I just kind of want to share again, when we're stitching and holding things in our hands. I think that for me, I don't know what everybody else does, but I like just to sit and ponder. I like to think about things I'm going through, but not just the things I'm going through, because we all go through things, right? Life happens, hardships come up, but when those things happen, what are we learning from those situations? Are we being better because of them? I don't want to just go through the motions of life, but my desire is to be a better person tomorrow than I am today, and to continue growing and learning. And there are some things that I get caught up in, and if I'm not careful, I repeat the same things over and over, year after year. So several years ago, I started being very intentional with lessons and what I'm doing, what I'm spending my time doing. You know, how is this going to better my future self? How is this going to be a blessing to those that I'm around? And so when I began my Flosstube journey, I was at a retreat and had several friends that just really encouraged me to start the Flosstube, to move forward with finishing for them. And my friend Kim, the Snitch Stitcher, so many of y'all know her and follow her, was brave enough to say, Tammy, I have so many projects. If you want to practice finishing, I'll send you my stuff. If you mess it up, big deal, I'll stitch it again. First of all, the trust that is in that right there is huge, right? Like, I so appreciated her confidence in me, because so often from past experiences, I don't have the confidence in myself that other people see in me. And so that is one of the greatest lessons that the Lord has shown me this year, is just because I don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. And so just because you don't see some things doesn't mean other people don't see it. So I appreciate friends that will stand by your side and that will say, I see the potential in you, and I know that you don't see what I see, but you're gonna. And so this year, as I began to move forward with Flosstube, move forward in finishing and designing and putting myself out there, because it takes being brave to really put yourself out here on Flosstube and say, you know, maybe I can inspire you. Maybe I can encourage you. Maybe I can teach you something, and maybe you can teach me something. And so just having a teachable spirit and a teachable attitude, and being a blessing to one another. And so if you ever see something that you can help me with, I'm not going to get offended. And so I hope that you take that opportunity to help me grow and be a better person, or learn something that I may not know. And if there's something I know, or something that I feel confident in, I hope that I can encourage you to be brave and try new things too. And so I hope that, you know, each one of us are a blessing to one another, and then we're able to pay it forward, right? So anyways, in the Stitchy community, I just want to say I have so appreciated getting to know even more people at the Jingle Ball, and have new friends come over here and follow me. I hope that you are really reflecting and just enjoying the moments and learning new things about yourself and being brave at the same time. So with that being said, I'm going to let you go because I have other things I need to go do. I'm probably, well, you're not going to know, but I'm not going to upload this probably until Friday or Saturday evening, because like I said, I'll be leaving town to go and hang out with my girls. My middle daughter, Cheyenne, is going to be graduating from college again this coming Saturday. And so I'm going to go pour my love into my family and take time for the things that are the most important. And with that being said, happy stitching. And I look forward to having fun in the new year, y'all. I have some fun things planned. And if you don't follow me over on Instagram, I am Leopard and Lace Co. XOXO on Instagram. And I would say I'm definitely more active there than anywhere else. So go follow me. Reach out to Annie. If you need anybody's shops that I've mentioned, go look in the previous video because I don't want to relink. Anyways, happy stitching, friends. Bye.